Guys and girls, how's it going? I wanted to put this video together. Been getting some questions as far as how the research process looks for marketing. And there's not one way to do marketing research. It's definitely a combination of your own personal strategy, your creativity, and whatnot. And then the other side of it is obviously research or science based. And so, with that combination, every approach looks a little bit different. So I'm going to show you how I execute marketing research. This research process is for improving a already established website. We're looking for opportunities for optimization, branding, and positioning, content creation, what's going to work and not work. To do that and answer those questions, I've done a competitor analysis. We've looked at competitors' social media, their content, the optimization, their branding and positioning. We're looking at consumer trends online, looking through keyword research and drilling deep down into keyword research reports to understand what the most searched products and services are, and what questions they're asking as they're doing research into those products and services. And so let's get on it. So start out here with the obviously front page there. This client is a cosmetic dental center in San Francisco. Very competitive market. And so here it goes. Okay. Table of contents is we're going into first the marketing goals, and then we're looking into the consumer research, and then into the competitors' branding and positioning strategies that are working for them. Looking at competitors' SEO performance trends and seeing what they're investing into, what's opportunities we have for our own site. And then we're going into here the social media performance trends. Looking at social media accounts out there by other dentists that are having good performance, mostly in level of engagement, not just likes in their social media. Facebook in this example. Okay, looking at on-site optimization opportunities for the website, and then the backlink development opportunities, which are other websites that we can be associated with and include links into to be pointed to our own site, which Google puts a lot of value into, okay, for ranking performance. Okay, so the goals here, and I'm not going to read every page, I'm just going to read a few lines here and there, but going over the goals here, what we're wanting to do is increase search ranking performance of the Aesthetica site for key service areas, and also increase conversion rate for visitors. Our objective is to identify online customer trends to better understand their interests and needs to achieve a higher conversion rate. Through a competitor analysis, our objective is to identify their strengths and weaknesses in SEO performance, and also gain insight into a stronger positioning and branding strategy for the Aesthetica Dental Center. All right. So moving on, we get into the keyword research, which is giving us insight into consumers. All right. Now with the keyword research report, you are able to Google gives us access to their database of keywords that people are searching online, and you can narrow it down to your product or service or area anything you like, and get keywords related to those areas. So in this case, obviously it's cosmetic dentistry. So in this report, usually in general, there's around 900 keywords that are generated out of these reports. These are the top, right here on this page, are the top performing keywords in that category. Now, don't get too excited about these. There is more to drill down into that is going to tell us really what the top products and services are. Okay, but I still like to include it here. The ones in orange are services. Okay, so teeth whitening, veneers, dental implants, dentures. All right, cosmetic dentistry, and over here are the monthly search volumes for these keywords. So within 1 month, people online within San Francisco. Another point to emphasize here is that these are keywords. We can narrow it down to specific cities or states even, or the entire United States or whatnot. So this is San Francisco, 880 times a month within San Francisco, and so on. All right. So now drilling in deeper to really get an understanding of the top services. There's 2 layers here. There's one more after this that's going to be the final analysis of what the top services are. But let me explain this chart right here. Now in categories, what I mean by that is in these reports, for example, let's say veneers over here. This is a category. There are several keywords that fit into that category. Keywords such as what is the cost of veneer, or what is a veneer, or veneer pros and cons. All of these different combinations can fit under this category here of veneer. Same thing for teeth and dental implants. There's a combination of keywords that fit. So by looking at those, merging all those keywords, we're getting a better glimpse as to what's truly most popular. And in this report here, we're seeing veneers is the most popular service. But still, there's more crunching to be done. What I want next did was combine these categories that are related, such as cosmetic dentist, cosmetic dentistry, sum up these numbers, right? There's another one. Combine these groups, and that is what the next chart is about. Now we've really drilled down and are getting a good understanding of what the top services being searched on the web are for San Francisco. Okay. Now, drilling down this deep, we now see that implants is in fact the most searched product being searched. Next, this group right here, and then veneers. All right. So as a business owner, this really helps a business owner know what sales to be offering, or campaigns to be creating for these products and services. You can even increase the inventory for these areas and have a greater selection if you're in a product related service. Okay, so that's what we see here. For on-site optimization, you definitely want to have those pages built out very nice. We'll get into that. So, but still, we want to know more about the consumer and what they're doing online. Now, all of us know that when you're about to make a big purchase, we're going to do research online, and we go through a cycle, a few phases before we actually are willing to buy. Okay, so online, what we're going to do is we're going to do research. We're going to ask these questions. We're going to read articles, and then what we're going to do as we begin to understand that product and service and what's good, what's not, we'll start to compare. Okay, maybe in this comparison phrase, we're still doing a little bit of research, or we're comparing somebody product and service out there. And then we're slowly moving into the actual buying process, where we're deciding who are we going to actually buy this product or service from. Okay, so what we want to know through marketing research is what are the questions people are asking as they are in the research phase. Okay, so us for the dental center, we want to be able to have that content that is either going to help them answer that, or we want to create content that is very much in line with the answers that are out there and most popular, which will help increase our conversion rate. Okay. So these are the top questions. These are questions people are asking as they're looking into dental implants and veneers. Okay, and you can see here that there's a huge volume of these questions where they're asking about the cost. Okay, what is the cost of dental implants? That's totally dominating that research phase. And the same thing for veneers. What is the cost? All right. Now the next step, what you want to do and know is, what are people reading when they're researching into those questions? All right, that's the next step, is putting in those keywords or key questions into Google and read the articles that are ranking on the very first page and see what advice or information they're gathering. Okay, so this is what we did here. This is what I did here's a clip here. Here's a clip. Cost should not be the primary consideration when selecting a dentist for your implant, but experience. How many implants and thus experience does should be he or she have, is a primary question. Oral surgeons here with 70 to 75 implant experience wanted $5,000 to $7,000 per tooth. Okay, my decision was based on how much experience rather than how many dollars. All right, so that's this article here, and these are articles that are ranking on the first page for this key phrase right here, cost of veneers. Okay, same thing here. Now, this is written by a doctor, a cosmetic dentist, and this is the advice that he gives, and he's ranking on the first page. The cost of porcelain veneers ranges from approximately $1,200 to as much as $2,600. In the case of cosmetic dentistry or veneer therapy, you do get what you pay for. Often the cost of such therapy comes from the experience of the dentist and the talent of the ceramist. Both talent and experience lead to successful aesthetic and healthy outcomes. All right, this is coming from a dentist, a cosmetic dentist here, and which is very valuable advice, and probably advice that people are going to take serious and follow through next. So that kind of ties into a branding and positioning. So you'll see as we keep moving down, we really want to pitch the dentist on the site and in content, not focus so much on the cosmetic dental center, but the dentist. People are interested in what that dentist is capable of. Cosmetic center doesn't really have an identity, and it doesn't carry the years of experience of what people are really concerned about. They want a dentist who's good at providing that type of product or service. Okay, so now we're drilling down into Google Analytics, which is going to tell us what's going on within the site, what the visitors are doing, where they're going, what's popular and whatnot. And so this is what we see here. This is the home page here, image of the home page, part of it. There's the navigation, and here's some the services page. And what we see is that porcelain veneers has the highest percentage of clicks in this entire page so far. Okay, this data is starting to align with what we saw in the consumer research that we just did, right? Now, also, where do you see implants, right? We don't see implants on the homepage. We are missing an opportunity here to get that on the page so that people are obviously able to get to that service and see what we have to offer. So that'll certainly be in this area page of suggestions that we need to make. Suggestions is we need to include that onto this page, is the implants. All right. Now, going over. So that navigation, it's a drop down. Unfortunately, this site definitely needs a remake, and the navigation can certainly have a better layout and design to it for UX UI purposes. So this is a drop down here, and what we see next are a high search click rate on about Dr. Castaneda. All right, so people, again, according to this website and the consumer research that we just did, we saw that people are going to be interested in the dentist, and sure enough, that's the case. Look at that. So on that page, we need to emphasize Dr. Castaneda's years of experience and specialty or ability in implants and veneers. All right. Now we're getting into branding and positioning. Before we start to give suggestions as to what branding and positioning approach we should take, we want to obviously look at our competition and look to see what's working, what's not working, and find our opportunities. Okay. So what I did in this process was I looked at a more competitive market, and that was the LA market. The reason why I looked into LA is because there is a stronger market for cosmetic services in that area, which means the businesses who are providing cosmetic services are having to invest more into their marketing, be smarter about it, and more strategic. Okay, so I looked into the LA dentists to see what they were doing, and then obviously compare them to what's happening there in San Francisco, and we were able to gain a lot of insight into what's working, and how to brand and how to position. And what you see is pretty remarkable. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the results. Now, after looking into these dentists, it's very obvious they did research. They know that implants and veneers are super big, and so also their approach in branding is they don't pitch the cosmetic dental centers. They don't do that. They pitch themselves, their experience. They share their personality with their audience through their videos. Okay, and that, as we know as marketers, is becoming very, very effective and a big trend in marketing strategy. And for social media, it's absolutely the best approach is being personal, being able to connect with that audience on a personal level. People appreciate that much more than seeing a company, try to speak to them. All right. So this dentist here, I'm looking at their like types of persona and how they're pitching themselves. Okay, this guy, I call him the passionate one. This is Dr. Courage. When I see his content in his videos, I get the impression that he's like a passionate doctor, one who is a great listener, cares for people, and very down to earth type of guy. That's someone that some people can really connect with and want to be around, and would like to have them as their dentist. All right. So that's his persona and how he comes across, which is great. This guy here, I call this guy the larger than life entrepreneurial dentist. This is Dr. Bill Dorfman. Okay. Of all the dentists that I did research into, this guy, this doctor, he gets it. If you want to learn how to sell yourself and build a personal brand, this guy is definitely is on the right path and knows what he's doing. So his positioning approach, from what I get from it, is he's going after young and wealthy audience. Okay, he shares in this video, he shares some of his side projects in working with young entrepreneurs who are learning to build their skills, and so he has a program dedicated to helping young entrepreneurs become better and build their craft. Okay, so he really has channels out there that are effective and will help bring in people to his service here. Okay, so the guy people want to hang out with. All right, this is Anthony Mubasa. I get this really cool vibe from this guy. He's relaxed. The images on his homepage that he has of him with his patients, he seems like they're his friends and they get along. You know, they're hanging out. I think that works very well. And so this guy's pretty relaxed, and it works for him. Obviously, all these dentists here that I'm looking at are the top performers, ranking for cosmetic dentistry in LA. Okay, so these guys are the best of the best in LA, in probably the most competitive market in the US for cosmetic dental services. Okay. Now, when I go back and I look into the San Francisco dentists, I'm not seeing much branding and positioning strategies. What they're doing is they're pitching the dental centers, which is counterproductive based on the research. Okay, and definitely looking at what the competitors are doing in LA in their market, they obviously get it, and they're pitching themselves, and they're really emphasizing their ability, their years of experience, and they pitch a lot of the implants and veneers. They've done their research. If you want to be good and be the best, you got to have some research that is going to guide you in the right direction. So here we go, Dr. Markle. That was just one example that I brought into the research process. Dr. Markle, he was, I think, one of the few that even had a video on his homepage in explaining who he is and what he's about and what they offer. There was a lot of opportunity for him in optimizing his pages, and then even just like having a more personable approach in his videos. Okay, so in the San Francisco market, there's huge opportunity for the Aesthetica Dental Center to brand herself better than her competitors are, and position herself in being the doctor to go to in San Francisco for implants and veneers, and really emphasize that because the competitors aren't doing it. Okay, now on-site optimization. When looking at the competitors, what I found was typing in porcelain veneers San Francisco. I'm looking at the pages that are ranked on the first page, okay, and the second page, and I'm trying to identify what level of optimization or in content are included in these pages that are ranking on the first and second page. Okay, and what I found, the biggest trend that I found was the amount of content and optimization for keywords when comparing the first page performers versus the second page performers. Okay, so this chart here shows that people on the first page had the keyword veneers on average 28 times. Okay, now the second page performers had an average of 14 times they had used that keyword within that page. That's nearly half. Okay, now I'm not saying that we need to do some keyword stuffing here. What this tells me is that they are investing heavily into on-site optimization. Their pages have a lot more content. They also had a lot more images and videos. All right. So for the Aesthetica Dental Center, in order for us to even want to consider ranking on that first page, we're going to have to get heavy on our on-site optimization. Okay, so now what we're looking at, let's see, are the a little bit of feedback on the top ranking implant pages, giving some feedback on the top dental dentures pages. Okay. All right, now let's check out Facebook performance. What's working in social media? What's not working in social media? What I'm looking at here is I looked at 10 unique sites. And the total individual sites ranking for these is 18 unique sites. And the total number is LA8. All right, so actually a total of 18 social media accounts. All right, looking both at the San Francisco and both LA and LA. Okay, so what I found is that 56% of all those Facebook social media accounts had 0 to 500 likes. All right, now likes are not too big of a influence, do not have so big of an influence on ranking performance, because Google knows that these can be paid for pretty much. And what's really important is engagement. And we're going to get into that next, but let's at least look at this, because it's going to tell us how much our competition is investing into their social media, Facebook. So the majority of them have next to nothing here in likes. They're not paying for it. They're not, So 500 to 1,000 likes, about 5% of the competition fits within that range, and then 39% have greater than 1,000 likes, which is great, and that's really where you want to be, more than 1,000. These ranges here are still pretty low. Now, as I was saying, engagement is most important. So I used a scale of low, medium, and high to measure engagement. What I found here is that 9 of the 18 competitors had low engagement. All right, so definitely the greatest majority of those competitors, weren't actually producing the right content. None had 6 competitors had no Facebook at all. 3 of these out of the 18 had medium, decent engagement, and 1 had high engagement. So the ones we want to look at are the medium and high competitors, see what kind of content they're creating and what's working. Okay, and what I found were, here are the links of those, and as you can see, Dr. Bill Dorfman, the entrepreneurial dentist, as I was saying, gets it and knows marketing very well. There's his link there if you want to check it out. So what they do, the medium and high competitors, is they create content that is more personal. They're not putting content out there such as, hey, 10 steps to have a brighter smile, or did you brush today with the image of a tooth? That's not the content that's receiving engagement. It's content that is more personal and shares what's going on with the dentist and their staff. For example, there are pictures of the dentists with their patients, congratulating their patients. There's dentists at events and with their staff. All right, so they use that in a more personal level, and what that means is there's someone, either they're managing that account, the dentist is managing that social media account, or someone within their office. Now, sometimes you can outsource your social media and they can make it personal for you, but it's hard to do. There's, in most cases, having the people who are making that business happen are better equipped making it personal. The marketer can give suggestions and guidance in how to do that, though, and see the ways of opportunities and guide that process. So now we're looking at that's the conclusion there of what I saw. I write that down. And these documents, when you're delivering these documents to a client, you don't want to just hand it to them and then they read it and then ask questions about it. You want to go through each page step by step, kind of like what I'm doing right now, and use the text as guidelines, because there's a lot of data here to discuss, and so it's best to go over it with them. Okay, so now what I get into is the suggestions that I'm wanting us to take in order to improve the site and better optimize and better branding and positioning. So for the navigation, obviously we need to change that up a little bit and include the top 3 services. You got sedation there. Competitors, we saw that was a key word and key area that people were searching. What I found was that competitors didn't even have a sedation page. So that's opportunity for us to optimize and build that out. The homepage content information should focus more on Dr. Castaneda. As consumers are doing research into cosmetic services, they are instructed to invest in the skills and experience of the dentist. The current homepage focuses mostly on the Cosmetic Dental Center. All right, so we need to change that up, really emphasize the experience and her ability for implants and veneers. Okay, the veneers page at that time had that keyword veneers in there 10 times. So, even the competitors who are ranking on the second page had better optimization than what we see in the Aesthetica Dental Center site. So we definitely need to improve that page, on-site optimization. The implants page, same thing. Dentures page, there's opportunity there. We saw in those keywords. Want to optimize that also. And the sedation page as well. So backlinking, found a huge trend in the backlinks or sites that are ranking consistently on the first page for very competitive keywords. And these are sites that we have an opportunity to build links into. And so here's a list for for Aesthetica Dental Center of sites that we want to be included into. All right. Yeah. So if you guys, as I said, have any questions, reach out to me. Check out my website and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day.